We are less than 2 weeks away from the Thursday night football season opener between the Chiefs and the Ravens, the start of a brand new season with fresh rookies, exciting storylines, and new candidates for each award. In today's video, I'll be going over my picks for every single award, but before we do that, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Just for some context, last season I also made predictions and went 3 of 7 for my predictions. I had picked Lamar to win MVP with Josh Allen as second, and that turned out to be the voting for last season. I picked CMC to run away with the Offensive Player of the Year award, and I picked Myles Garrett to win DPOY as well. I went 3 for 3 with the major awards. However, I flopped with the rest. I picked Richardson to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jalen Carter to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Both had strong cases but fell short due to performance and injuries. I picked Kyler to win Comeback Player of the Year over Damar last season, and my worst pick was Coach of the Year with Arthur Smith. So I'm not perfect, but I hope to get a better score this season with my picks. For MVP, I have 2 backup picks and my true pick. My sleeper pick is Kyler Murray. He has played at an elite MVP level every game he has had an elite wide receiver to throw the ball to. With the addition of Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Cardinals via the draft, he finally has an alpha wide receiver yet again. Not to mention good weapons around the offense as well. I think he can bounce back to some MVP talks. Another pick I have is Josh Allen. Last season I barely switched him out to win MVP with Lamar, and I believe he will have a stronger case this season. After a lot of turmoil and roster turnover among the Bills, Josh Allen is the only constant. He will continue to play well and prove he is a generational talent. After losing an elite wide receiver, he will still put up elite numbers, twisting the narrative into his favor. If the Bills are more successful than last season, he wins MVP. However, my pick to win is Jordan Love. He was the best quarterback for the second half of the season as the Packers started to find their rhythm. He became the highest paid QB in the league over the offseason, and he will prove his worth in an MVP season. The Packers' offense only got better due to internal growth, and Jordan Love will not stop progressing into an elite QB. With an improvement to the run game and more stability and direction to this Packers team, Love will be able to play like he did in the second half of the season again, and I believe he will win the 2025 MVP. My sleeper pick for Offensive Player of the Year is Garrett Wilson. The connection between him and Aaron Rodgers will be the best in the entire league, and he will finally become an elite wide receiver. After 2 years of productive play with the worst QB play in the league, Wilson has been blessed with a future first ballot Hall of Famer. The second pick I got is Tyreek Hill. He is a large part of the Dolphins' game-breaking offense and is a staple contender for this award every year. Another year of potentially hitting 2,000 yards this season. He is the most game-breaking player in the entire league outside of QB. However, my pick is CeeDee Lamb. The Cowboys will pay him and he will be ready for Week 1. After coming off the greatest receiving season in Cowboys history, I think Lamb will top that season with Offensive Player of the Year. The reason why is because the Cowboys have no offensive weapons outside of him. He will get a large majority of targets and he will produce. I also believe he will be the first receiver to break 2,000 yards, granting him the Offensive Player of the Year award. He is in the perfect situation of talent and volume needed to break that record. My sleeper pick for Defensive Player of the Year is Josh Allen. He's been underrated his entire career and had a quiet 17.5 sack season last year. I think he will continue that production, especially with some improvements on the Jaguars' defensive line. My second pick is any of the big 4 edge rushers: Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Micah, or Nick Bosa. Any of these 4 players could win the Defensive Player of the Year any season with an incredible year. If one were my pick, it would have to be Micah since he hasn't won one yet. However, my true pick is Max Crosby. Mad Max has gotten better every single year he's been in the league. He plays every play, he plays hard on every play, and he is the driving factor for this Raiders team. After finally getting some help on the defensive line with Christian Wilkins, Crosby will have less pressure on him every game. I think he will have an absolute monster season and win Defensive Player of the Year. With the sheer amount of volume of snaps he will play alongside with his elite run defense, he will put himself above the rest to win the award. Barring any major injury, Caleb Williams is the Offensive Rookie of the Year. He has balled out in preseason, showcasing his talent, and he is proving the haters wrong. He instantly improves this Bears team, and I believe he will have the greatest rookie season of all time. The Bears have finally surrounded their first round QB with talent in order for him to succeed. As a Packers fan and a Caleb Williams truther, I am conflicted, but he will win Offensive Rookie of the Year. The 2 threats to Caleb are Marvin Harrison Jr., who will have an incredible season, and Jaden Daniels. Daniels has also been balling in the preseason, and if he has an incredible rushing season, he could give Caleb a run for his money. If he takes this Commanders team to the playoffs, I believe he can steal the award. Marvin Harrison is here out of respect. Realistically, a great wide receiver season is losing to a great QB season. However, don't get it mistaken, Harrison Jr. will light the league on fire his rookie season. For Defensive Rookie of the Year, it is also a clear choice for me, as Latu is my pick. He is one of the most refined and polished edge rushers to enter the league in a while. The Colts already have a great defensive line and he fits in nicely. He already made his impact known in the preseason, and I believe he will win the award. My sleeper pick is Rams edge Jared Verse. With the loss of Aaron Donald, the Rams will find it tough to replace his impact. However, they built a very young and hungry defensive line in place for when he retired. If Jared Verse can stand out as a piece on this defensive line, I think he has a shot to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Comeback Player of the Year is very storyline based. It is mixed with a great story and a great performance. My sleeper pick is Christian Gonzalez. I believe he will have a great season with the Patriots as their number one corner, however there is very little storyline to tell with him. Another pick is Aaron Rodgers. He might have the best storyline for this award. Going down with a severe injury and coming back to play in New York at 40 is an incredible story. If he plays like the old A-Rod, this award is essentially his. However, my pick for this award is Joe Burrow. I'll believe that both QBs will have an incredible bounce-back season. However, I think Burrow can be a little bit better considering he is younger and coming off a less severe injury. On top of that, the NFL treats Burrow like their golden boy, and the savior of the league contrasts to Mahomes. He has a lot of narrative heading into the season, and I think he will win Comeback Player of the Year. My Coach of the Year is the same as my sleeper pick, and that is Shane Steichen. I think this Colts team is going to be very good in the AFC. I think they have a second place finish in their division, only behind the 1 seed in their conference with the Texans. I also believe they could possibly sneak up into the playoffs. Last year, Steichen did an incredible job navigating through injuries and a tough schedule just to barely miss the playoffs with a rebuilding roster. With new additions and a healthy Anthony Richardson, Shane Steichen will bring this Colts team to the playoffs in a tough AFC, giving him the Coach of the Year award. Those are my official NFL award picks for this upcoming season. We are so close to the start of the season, and I'm extremely excited for it to start, as I imagine you guys are as well. Let me know what you guys think about my picks in the comments below, and if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.